So we're out for a walk, and of course Fitz did his thing. So Richard's like, we're not carrying this with us all the way for a walk because we're so close to our house. So he said, I'm going back home to put it in the trash. So yeah, it's not too bad. Of course, I'm dressed like a grizzly bear as usual. Got my Icelandic woolen mitts. This is called Lopi. Can you see the long hairs there? And Lopi wool is apparently the warmest wool there is. And it's from Iceland, and the Lopi sheep are in Iceland, and they're the only sheep that grow this kind of wool, I guess. And the wool is both warm and waterproof. So if it can keep those sheep warm and dry, it can keep me dry. So I made Julia a pair and a headband for Christmas. I had mine, this wool actually came directly from Iceland. My friend went shopping there and bought it for me. And I have some, and I'm making Richard a pair right now. And I think I have enough to make probably 3 more pairs. So I'm just gonna keep making Lopi mitts. Maybe somebody needs some Lopi mitts. Can you grab them? Whoa, there. So off we go on our little walk. I forgot to say welcome to our weekend vlog. And there's Richard. You haven't seen him for a while.
Hi folks.
Whoops, I better turn off the phone or I'm gonna fall because it's icy. So I just got home. I had purchased online these Molnilo or Molnilos from Mexico, and I got one for Laura because I haven't given her a Christmas present yet. So this is what it looks like, and they're usually used for hot chocolate or anything you want to froth. I'm going to make some Mexican hot chocolate using the Molnilo. Only difference is I don't have a piece of Mexican hot chocolate to melt in my little pot here. So I'm going to make I'm using the Peruvian cacao powder, and I'm just going to make a little paste with water and the powder, just so it doesn't, so it'll mix well. And then I'll add the milk and a little bit of cinnamon, because I know that's what's in Mexican hot chocolate. And then we'll use this Molnilo and see how it works. Adding the milk to the pan right now, and I made a paste for my cocoa. And then I just added some cinnamon, like I said, you can smell the cinnamon, and some Splenda to sweeten it. But this is how it works, and it doesn't spill, because if you're asking, can you use it in a mug? I tried to use it in a mug, and it was a mess. And this is what they do in Mexico to make Mexican hot chocolate. So this is what I bought Laura for Christmas, because we're always getting each other really funky, unusual gadgets for the kitchen. And they just stand there and they do this over a stove or a fire and just make their cocoa. We could take this with us camping. Yeah. If you're making it over a stove or something. Because when you have lots of time, do you know what I mean? It's kind of not like here, everything's a rush, but you take the time.
Well, we have lots of time, COVID.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. So it's just heating up, and I'm just going to keep mixing it. So I'll come back when it's frothed. Can you see the frothiness? How fun is this? Gotta admit, it's a good workout. That's why Richard's doing it now, because I was getting tired. But it frosts up the milk. And I would imagine if you're using Mexican hot chocolate or chocolate piece, this is frothing while the chocolate is melting. But see, I use powder, and that's totally a different thing. So, yeah. I'm sitting in my bedroom. I am so cold, and there's no reason. The fireplace is on. It's crazy. This has been happening to me the last little while. In the evenings, I get freezing. This lipstick is so weird. And my sister gave it to me my sister that lives in Seattle, and I put it on, and it's so matte that it doesn't come off. See, just a tiny bit on your fingers, but not really. But unless you put it down in here, it's like, I mean, it's okay. It's brown, but it looks weird. Anyway, I wanted to show you guys something really neat. My other sister, Mickey, that you guys know, that lives here, we just got these. Hang on. This here. Can you see this? That is my mother's fingerprint. So the funeral home that took care of us during my mom's passing took her fingerprint and told us that at any time we could choose to pick up a piece of jewelry. So we both got this locket, and then I got my mom's nickname on the back. It says Mavis, because that's all I ever called her. That was such a long story. We started calling her Mavis. I was probably in grade, maybe grade 10. So high school, or maybe even younger than that. This woman had come to our house, and she was from the West Indies, and she was very dark-skinned, lovely, beautiful woman. But she wore the reddest lipstick, and it did not look good on her. And her name was Mavis. So many months later, and we were all sitting at the table like, kids will do, and there were 7 of us, and kind of giggling and being, how kids are, rude. And I hope she didn't know we were kind of laughing at her, but whatever. So many, many months later, my mom was going out with my dad, and she came all dressed up, and she came out of the bedroom. She had this red lipstick on, and we burst out laughing. And we're like, what are you trying to be, Mavis or something? And that stuck like glue. That was my mom's nickname till the day she passed. Even when she passed, I was like, Mavis, we love you. I stopped calling her mom, and it was Mavis from then on. So that's why I had that put on the back of mine. But aren't these lovely? And inside of here is a picture of my mom. I put a picture of her. I just think it's such a neat, beautiful, lovely keepsake. Like, I always feel like she's right here. My mom's fingerprint is right there. So it's like you feel like she is with you. So I love this. And it goes really well with this chocolate diamond heart Richard gave me when I had my first brain surgery. Because chocolate diamonds are supposed to be the toughest of all the diamonds. And he thought I was pretty darn tough. So that's what that is. And then this. I just think they look really pretty together. And I love this. I just love it. So if any of you have parents or relatives or anybody that unfortunately are passing away or have passed away in the recent past, you can ask them to take a fingerprint of your loved one, and they keep them on file forever. So whenever you decide to go, and they had all kinds of different things, like I personally think a necklace or a locket or a bracelet is something more personal. But I mean, if it was a man, he could have a keychain, or there was many things to choose from. But I love it. I just touch it, and it's her fingerprint. So I wanted to show you guys that. And my yucky lipstick. I mean, if my mouth is shut, it looks fine. But then when I start talking and you see the pink part of my lip, it doesn't look so fine. Anyway, Richard just made me a cup of tea, and he went out to the art cabin, and I'm going to continue knitting some really funky socks. Let me show you what I'm doing. Things I knit just because I'm bored. There's no reason to knit them. That's what's all in here. Like, I've got hand warmers, wrist warmers, slippers. Look at this cute little boo-boo sweater. Isn't it cute? so tiny, though. It would have to be for a preemie baby. I think it's really small. This cute little, I made 2 of these and I sold one of them. 2 of these hats, like the Grinch hats. I just shove them in this bag. And these are the socks. What else is in here? Oh, another pair of slippers. And, oh, these are special for my doctor who retired. I made him a pair of wool. He said he likes to go fishing and hunting. So I made him a pair of the nicest wool socks. I haven't been able to give them to him because of COVID. I haven't seen him, but I have his phone number, his home phone. So I'll call him, and he said, I want to go out for coffee with you guys. So yeah, these are for him. He was just such a wonderful doctor. Oh, I miss him. So anyway, what I have been doing, because I'm getting bored of just making socks, so I started making socks, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to design some cool socks with flowers on them and lace on them. So look at this pair of these. So cute. You know who would have loved these? My mother, because she was zany and nutty. She would have worn these. Aren't these cute? So I get Deanne to crochet the flowers for me, and then I'm going to put them on, and some of them are going to have, like I said, lace on them. Some are going to have whatever on them. And then this is the pair I just finished. They're a little shorter, but they're more cozy, I guess you want to say, and cuddly. So they've got these blue toes and blue that. And then with the rest leftover blue, I'm going to make the flowers out of. And then white pearl buttons. But this is how much I have done on that one. So I have to get finished on that. So yeah, this is what I do when I'm bored. COVID knitting. These look so cozy and warm. Richard's had so many slippers and socks. And he, person can only have so many, right? So anyway, I better get finished. I'm trying to think of a cool, funky name for my socks. Because I just think they're cool and funky. They really are. Funky socks, I guess. They're just different. And they're not socks that would go inside of shoes because I think they're too thick. They're more like a slipper. But a sock, you know what I mean? Nice, cozy sock that you want to wear while you're reading. Oh, speaking of, I'm reading this right now. Dear reader, I had heard a review about this book, and then I was trying to find it on Amazon, on Indigo, all the local bookstores, and I couldn't find it, and the only where I could find it was in the UK at a bookstore from, I think it was called the Book Depository in London. So I ordered one for Julia for Christmas, and I also got one for myself. It is the coolest book. This book, Kathy Rentzenbrink, it's her memoir of her life. But what she's done is she's gone and discussed what books got her through what stages in her life. Like, they could have been happy times, her childhood. She had a really sad thing happen in their life. I won't tell you in case you're going to read the book. And books that got her through that. And so I find I have to read the book. I have these book darts. They're great. And so it's pointing to the names of the books that I want to read now. And I've looked them up on Goodreads, and they've got good reviews. But that's how I have to read this, because there's so many good books. Look at all the markings I have in this book. So I will leave this book. I will leave the book darts in. And this is almost like a reference book, although it is a book. It's a memoir of her life and everything, but it's just so beautifully told. It's just a real treat to read this. And look how pretty it is. It says, the comfort and joy of books and a love letter to stories and reading from one of our very best memoirists. So she basically is, this is sort of like, to me, strolling through a really good bookstore and you stopping and reading the inside cover of books that appeal to you. It's just really cool. So for anybody that really likes to read, this would be an amazing gift for them. So that's why I gave it to Julia, because she's like me. We read a lot of books. And I thought she would like it, just as a, and it's an easy read. It's not difficult. And the cover is beautiful. Isn't that pretty? So I guess I'll go, I can either knit or read.
Do you want to say thank you, Nana and Papa?
Thank you!
What is that you're playing with?
My tools.
Your tools? What kind of tool you got there?
Screwdriver.
What else you got for tools?
What is this?
That's another screwdriver.
Another screwdriver and a hammer and a dishwasher.
Do you know how to use the hammer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can you show me all the things the hammer can do?
Yeah.
Okay, well, wait. What if you need to take a nail out?
I can't.
If you,
I'm doing it.
no, but what if you... Do you know how to take a nail out if you had to?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Do you turn it the other way?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're going to have to hold the block down after you get it in there, right? And then what? Yeah, hold the block down with your other hand. No, just with your other hand. You can do it. Okay.
Okay, I got to show you guys this new Ott light that I got from Amazon because my other Ott light broke. So this one is super cool. Richard, will you demonstrate while I'm filming? So my other one turned on the same way. Oh, so you just lift it up. And then, you've got your work down in here. But this one has a cool feature. Watch this. So you open the lid here. Just push that in. And say you're working on some really detailed work. It's a magnifying glass. How awesome is that? That's really, really, really cool. I love it. So then I just do that, right? And then this closes. And don't touch the light. And then there. And what were you saying about this handle? You said something about...
It's for tightening, like I noticed that if you want that to go up.
And you want it tighter?
And tighter, because I noticed that if it was down, it seemed to fall down for some reason.
Oh, I see.
But if you raise
so that
it up,
really keeps it in the spot.
It tightens it up.
That is really nice. So this is the, I'm not sponsored by Ott Light, but this is the Ott Light I got from Amazon. And if you don't know what Ott Light is, Ott Light, if you're painting or coloring or crafting or whatever, it gives natural daylight. So it's not a bright yellow glaring light, it's just daylight, but nice bright daylight. I was so sad when mine broke, but I really like this one. Thanks, Richard, for putting it together.
You're welcome.
So I'm out for a walk with my daughter. She's a personal trainer, and she insisted I get some exercise. Whatever. So we are at the neighborhood school. So she had to go in and pay some fees for her boys' sports academy. And so I said, I'm not going in that nasty germy place. No way. So I'm just waiting for her. It was a good idea to go for a walk because I've been stressed, not just about COVID, but just about everything. And the USA, praying for you, praying for that it's a peaceful inauguration for Biden, and everybody works hand in hand to be peaceful. It's very scary. The entire world is afraid for the United States, and it's praying for you guys, just so you know. Here she comes. This has to be my most exciting time of the year when the Bohemian waxwings arrive from the north. And the dog Fitz, get in here. He scared them away, but there's still quite a few. Can you see them? Just flying all over the place. Look at them. I love this. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Beautiful Alberta blue sky, bohemian waxwings all over the place. Look at them. Can you hear? It's kind of like the birds. They love to come and eat the berries off the trees. Usually it's mountain ash trees. Let me just see if you can see over here by this, on that garage roof over there. They love eating the berries. I love them. The visit of the bohemian waxwings. You see them? They come by the thousands. And then they start flying like they're drunk because the berries have fermented on the trees, you see. There's some right here. I'm going to get dinged in the head by these guys. They're beautiful birds. Beautiful. See, they have a little red on the top of their on their head, little tuft of red feathers. And black eyes, and then these black and white wings. Awesome. Awesome. These birds apparently, we've had this tree here for over 40 years, Richard?
Yeah, over 40 years.
And they come back every year, and apparently I was just researching about them, as I often do, and they have a migrational memory, and they come back to where they know the food is, which makes sense. That's nature. And this is why people, you don't cut down trees for no reason. If the tree, exactly, that's what happened in the Amazon forest, and that's why animals are going extinct, because they go back to their feeding spots, and they're not there. So, as you know, if you can look at our birdie bread and breakfast right there, which is quite used throughout the winter as well. There are so many birds housed in there. You can see them on the top. They were like chittering to each other like, who invited these guys to the party? These blue skies. Look at these blue skies. They just go on and on and on and on and on and on. It's just incredible. Not a cloud in the sky, and it's the end of January. Or not the end. Almost the end of January. Richard got juried by the Alberta Art Gallery for an art show, which is so exciting for an artist to be juried. So he got juried. And so he just finished his last painting, and he wants me to see it, but he told me to wait until he gets here so I can see it with him. Here it comes. I don't know if I would have waited much longer. I would have gone in the art cabinet. No, you told me to wait for you. No, I'm waiting. Oh, it looks wonderful. I love the tattoo. I would show you guys, but I can't because it's going in an art show. But it's so nice. Did you glitter her tattoo?
No.
Oh, it looks look from, or her flowers, see? Or are they still wet?
No, that's just a type of finish you put on it.
Oh, it looks really good. Yeah, every detail is done, isn't it?
And I put the signature on yesterday.
Oh yeah, what is this?
Mm-hmm. That's a curtain that was in there, and you see it as in the background.
Are you gonna shade that in or anything?
No,
just leave it? Okay. It looks great. I'll give you guys a little sneak. Here's a sneak peek. It's a woman singing in a bistro, but I can't show you the whole thing because it's on loan to the art gallery. But I can show you these ones. Curtis. Deanne, look at her. It was Easter Sunday. Look at the look on her face. And Jesse. Oh, he actually had Easter candies. There must have been an Easter egg hunt at this was at my parents' house. And Curtis. And then Goofball over there. Look at her in her Easter hat and her lacy socks and her gloves. She's so funny. Nice. I love this painting that you did. Yeah, it's really good. I love the tattoo. The way you touched it up there. I love it. The way I look. I'm not feeling great today. My trigeminal neuralgia pain on this side decided to come out of remission and just say, hey, I'm still here. So I'm just having some tea and some toast, and real toast, like real bread, not keto bread, but real bread. It's really good. Ugh, can't get into the habit of this. And I'm reading this book, The Push. This will be my 4th book in January. Who am I? I'm not that girl. I'm not a bookworm. Well, I am now. But during COVID, like 2020, I read 24 books. So that was averaging about a book every 2.5 weeks. Now, if I keep this up, it's a book a week. This one's really good so far. And I think what I'm going to do at the end of each month, whether I've read 2 books, 4 books, 1 book, is do a little review of the books of that month. And I'm also I mentioned before that I'm going to do a book review of my favorite books of 2020. Because sometimes I really love book reviews. They really help me choose what book I want to read instead of just randomly going in a bookstore and you don't even know where to look. But, you know, it'll give you some ideas. So I'm going to go on and eat my toast and drink my tea and read my book. Tonight, I'm all doped up on meds. Tonight it's Deanne's birthday. And she's been so down about COVID. Some people, it really gets to them mentally. She's one of those. So she said she's been craving rice pudding, which is so funny because Deanne doesn't like dessert. So even as a child, we never got a birthday cake. Her Easter baskets had apples and fruit in it. She didn't like chocolate. She said for some reason she's been craving my rice pudding. So I'm going to make a thing of rice pudding for her, like a whole casserole, and then we're going to go over there. I bought a whole bunch of blankets from IKEA. I'll show you the kind. That one on the edge of the couch, I put that there for Fitz, who's laying right beside me here. Doesn't lay over there. Well, he does, but you know, he likes to jump around, look out the window, so I put that there just to save wear and tear on the sofa. But those were $2.99 each, and those are great for keeping you warm if you're sitting outside. So I'm going to bundle up really, really, really warm, and I'm going to go by Tim Hortons and buy a thing of hot chocolate and some Baileys for the adults, and it's just going to be Richard and I, Deanne Brody, and Ozzie and Turner. So that's 6 of us. And here our COVID restrictions are you can gather with 10 outside only. So we're going to bring our heater and plug it in, and yeah, we'll have a little visit outside, a little birthday celebration. So I'm going to carry on with my book and talk to you later. So it's about 10 p.m. You can barely see us, but we're just on our way home from our first outdoor party. There was 6 of us, and we stayed in the garage. We had a heater, had a mask on the whole time. I just took it off and had my fur coat on and my fuzzy fur hat, and we were cozy and warm and toasty, weren't we? Yeah. It was quite nice. So we can do it in Canada. It can be done. But the temperature is dropping. So this week, we still could do it if you're in the garage.
Yeah, it's still going to be.
And you have a heater. But you have to be outside. So, yeah. So it can be done, people. It can be done. So I'm just going to sign off the vlog here now. I'm sorry that you can't really see my face. Trying to put my face in the light, but thanks so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we'll see y'all real soon. Bye.